All right, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome. It is just about 6 o'clock on the Pacific Coast, 9 o'clock on the East Coast on Tuesday, the 21st of January, and you have here Duke versus Miami from Cameron Indoor Stadium right here on Real Live Sports. This is the Duke StreamCast brought to you by Ritz. And we are getting ready to go here momentarily as we await the conclusion of Georgia and Kentucky here on ESPN. We will be doing the live streamcast here of the game. Streamcast is the brand new term that I have absolutely made up and don't actually know if it's real, but that's okay because we're just inventing things as we go along. So, our Duke Blue Devils coming off a rough week. We, of course, won't be able to actually show the game itself, but I will be calling the game for you. So if you can't happen to stand Dick Vitale, who is calling the game live on ESPN, you are free to hang out here with us, and we will have the game live for you here for the rest of the evening. Now, let's make sure that everything is up and running. I think so. I have just set this over into like ultra low latency mode here on YouTube, so I hope that that is how this thing is supposed to work. I'm more familiar, honestly, with the with how things work on the Twitch side, because that is where we do most of our streaming. The game not yet, as far as I can tell, not yet underway. Usually, when there's the double headers like this, the second game kicks off a little later in the evening, a little later after the hour. So probably the tip here at 9:05 is usually what we see. Uh, I don't know why it's. Maybe the tweet didn't actually work. Well, that's weird. I was trying to use the function on the on Streamlabs, but I don't know if it worked or not. All right. If not, I think this game usually starts on like ESPN News or something crazy like that. Let's see, ESPN Plus. But again, I don't think the game has actually started yet. Oh, apparently there's a fight. Oh yeah, there's a fight between Kansas and K-State. Well, isn't that something else? Let's see what happened here between. Right now, I'm more interested in this fight between Kansas and K-State. Oh, there's only 1 second left on the clock. And they gotta shoot technicals. Game should be kicking off shortly, and yes, it has. On exactly what channel remains to be seen. On ESPN News. ESPN News. Okay. ESPNU. ESPN Deportes. ESPN News? This one? All right, yes, it is live and ready to go here on ESPN News. Although this stream that I'm getting is far behind since I see that we are now up 3-0. So those are the live stats that I'm getting updated on. in any case, these is what we have going now. So Duke and Miami ready to go here from Cameron Indoor Stadium. Duke coming off 2 losses last week. That's the extent of what we'll say on that because we all know what happened. We don't need to rehash it. The last time these two teams met, it was in Coral Gables on the 4th of January. Chris Likes, the star guard for Miami, went 2 of 15 for only 8 points. Gustav the Great, yes, we are hoping that this is another blowout, although we haven't had the good old-fashioned blowout here in a few games. And here the first shot by the Miami Hurricanes is no good. That was Vasiljevic taking a step inside the three-point line. Ends up coming up long, and here's Matthew Hurt out from the corner, and Hurt drills the first one to get the Blue Devils on the board, 3-0. Duke, good to see Matthew Hurt get out and go in early. He had 13 points in the first matchup with the Hurricanes and the Blue Devils. So let's see, he should definitely have opportunities here tonight as well. Miami Vasiljevic once again driving on Cassius Stanley, gets down in the paint, can't get it blocked. No, it's actually a traveling call against the Hurricanes. So give the ball back to our Blue Devils here. And see, the advantage of all of you in chat is that I actually have to listen to Dick Vitale to sort of figure out what's going on in the game. You guys don't, so you've been spared. And there's Matthew Hurt going to take a step again from outside in 3 and drills that one. Woo, 2 3-pointers for Hurt. The freshman getting on the board often and early. Give him 6. Give Miami 0. Only 18:40 mark here. A minute 30 into the game, and Duke's already pouring it in for the 3. Here's Chris Likes trying to go from 3. No, that shot is long. Likes still can't get on the board against Duke. Matthew Hurt going to step into another one. He's going to go 3 for 3. No, can't quite get it. Ooh, we would call that fire back in college if he had hit 3 of those in a row. Jordan Goldwire is in the game. The starting lineup for the Blue Devils: Goldwire, Carey, Hurt, Stanley, and Trey Jones. So Jordan Goldwire getting the start here over Joey Baker and O'Connell. The tip in there by Miami is good off the miss. Tip in there by Miller, actually. Now trying to post up is Vernon Carey. Vernon Carey going to work in the paint. Trey Jones going to get shot for 3. Yes, Trey Jones hits from the outside. Duke 3 for 3 from the 3-point line so far. You got to love our shooting. And active hands by Goldwire almost forces a turnover in the backcourt. Nicely done. That last play, ball entry pass into Vernon Carey in the paint, pass back outside to Trey Jones, who was wide open for 3, and he knocks it down straight from the top of the key. Great to see Jones get his shot early. Great to see Matthew Hurt get his shot early as well. Now Chris Likes on Matthew Hurt. A little mismatch there. Into the paint. Miami easy lay-in in the paint. Good ball movement there for the Canes. Hockey assist to Chris Likes. Stanley gets a high pick from Carey. Decides not to take it there. Over to Matthew Hurt. Now Goldwire sending the offense from the top of the key. Vernon Carey is going to take a 3. Oh, just comes up a little long on that one. The line looked good, but Vernon Carey has ruined his perfect shooting percentage from the outside. I don't think it's perfect anymore, but he was leading the team in 3-point percentage. Chris Likes picking up his dribble, hands it off to his mate there. That was McGusty. McGusty can't hit for 3, and Miami tries to steal it from Duke in the backcourt. Ball lands in the hands of Trey Jones. Cassius Stanley on the inside. Vernon Carey going strong. Yes! Vernon Carey down in the paint for 2. I would say Duke hasn't missed, but that's a lie. We've missed 1 shot so far. Looking good so far are the Blue Devils here out in front 11-4 with 6:20 to go. Chris Likes now working on Vernon Carey. It's a bit of a mismatch. Actually going to draw a foul. Going to draw a foul against Vernon Carey. So 1 foul on Carey. Oof. Yeah, they were just saying the last time we had a 3-game losing streak, I believe was back. Chat might have to check me on this. That was bad. I didn't quite see what the stat was that came up on TV, so I'm going off memory. And I believe that was back in 2015. No, 2016. I remember that year because everybody thought the sky was falling and Duke was going to end up outside the rankings for the first time in literally forever. Miami gets the baseline jumper to go out of the baseline out of bounds play. give them 2 and give the Blue Devils a 5-point lead here, closing in on the 16-minute mark. Next whistle will take us to the under 16 timeout. Cassius Stanley probing the defense. Cassius Stanley driving to in lane, blocked off. Here's Goldwire at the top. Passes to Stanley. Stanley is wide open for 3, and Stanley absolutely knocks it down, drills that one. Duke, another 3-pointer. The barrage opening up on the Hurricanes early and often. The boys have come to play tonight. 4 of 6 from the outside. God, this is good. After a double practice yesterday, apparently, that shot, mid-range shot from Likes, ends up short off the front iron. Oh, Trey Jones with the fancy handles leaves Chris Like in the dust, but can't finish off the backboard. And that was already that'll be out of bounds, going the way of the Hurricanes. We have reached the under 16 timeout. 14-6 Blue Devils here in the early going after 4 minutes and 50 seconds of play. Stick around. We're not going anywhere. The TV is, though. We would have won the last game if we didn't have the bad shot selection near the end. Yep. Good stuff. I do agree with you. The shot selection left something to be desired, and you could even, like, we're going to switch the stream back over to ESPN actually here in a sec, just to make sure that we're in sync with the rest of the world. Yeah, it was unfortunate. The selection was unfortunate. I would, we haven't been taking timeouts in endgame situations a lot anymore. I think I need to go up one here. But that might have been a good time to think about it, because you have those 24 seconds. You do or you don't, right? Because you have 24 seconds and you just kind of want to let them play it out. Because what you don't want to have happen is for Louisville to come in and come with the set defense. And so you don't want to give the opposing team a chance to set their defense, especially when you have some sort of run out like that in transition, which, in fairness, it was, right? Jack White, it was a steal. Jack White got the ball, and then Stanley was sort of out on the run, and there were 3, I think it was Louisville Cardinals, trying to get back in transition on that particular play. So I can see, like, why we wouldn't call timeout. We just sort of let them play it out. And I think it's just something with a young team that, like, Stanley steps into a 3. If the shot went in, we'd be having a different conversation, right? It would have tied up the game, and basically, and then at that point, it's anyone's game. Unfortunately, it's a make or miss game. The shot didn't go in, and now we're like, now we're second guessing it. Is essentially what happens, right? Whereas if the shot had gone in, we would have been like, "Wow, he had great shot selection, like exactly what he should have done. He took the 3 and he tied it, and great, we won." And now it didn't. And you can say, sure, so like, maybe the most anti-clutch team in the last 2 years. I don't know if that's a problem of the team or that's a symptom of, like, RJ Barrett. But we have had a lot of close games. Although there's do's and don'ts on that, because remember, Cam Reddish hit the final shot. That was at Florida State. It was in Florida State's house where we hit the final shot there and killed that game. And then we came back from down 26 against Louisville, and we're hitting shots down the stretch to win that game. So there's like yes and no to that. But yeah, I mean, I think if we had to play that over, it would be interesting to see if we get into another situation like that. Hopefully not in the tournament, but like, and the outcome is different. Maybe Stanley decides to drive that, because you would have wanted to do, you could just drive it, right, and then go to the basket and get fouled, which is Stanley is perfectly capable of doing because he's such a dynamic athlete. So anyway, we are now back in action here. 14-6 is the margin for the Blue Devils. Chris Likes working on Trey Jones at the top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Duke forcing Miami to go deep into the clock. Vasilovic is going to try to take a 3 over Cassius Stanley, and that's going to come up way short, and not a chance there. Duke now running on the other end, setting up some offense again. Cassius Stanley looked open there. Miami has switched to a 2-3 zone. And Duke is going to, let's see if Duke can figure out how to bust the zone. Jack White flashing into the middle. Yes, that's exactly where you want it. I would have liked to see him turn around and shoot it, though. He gets in the middle again. Trey Jones now penetrating. Cassius Stanley on the outside. Not quite the zone busting we wanted. 3 seconds. Jones is going to have to make something happen. Jones does put it up, beats the shot clock. Shot doesn't go. Rebound down to Miami on the way out, and here they go in on the other way. So Duke sort of thought they had the zone figured out, but not quite. Jordan Goldwire, great hands there, working on Beverly. Beverly to get this out to Vasiljevic. Steps inside. There's Miller. Miller working on Delorier. Can't finish in the paint. Gets his own rebound. Still can't finish. 2 shots. Miller gets it again. He traveled. He traveled! Go! The ref didn't call it. Vasiljevic on the outside. The third shot for Miami is no good. And the fourth offensive rebound for the Hurricanes, my God, goes to Vardenberg. Goodness, how many offensive rebounds is the Hurricanes going to get? Now full reset here. Chris Likes, 8 seconds on the shot clock. 7, 6, now driving. Good help defense by Delorier. Still can't get it to go. Jack White finally comes down with a rebound. Miami comes up 0 for 4 on the trip. Stuffs the rebounding stat sheet, but can't get any points. That is brutal. Like, if I had any sympathy for the opponent, I would feel bad. I don't. Here's Trey Jones for 3. That's a brick off the right side, but it goes right to Goldwire, who puts it up. A nice mid-range jump shot, finishes cleanly for 2 points. And 16-6 in favor of the Blue Devils. Miami here, the stats saying they've missed the last 6 field goal attempts, which I don't feel bad for them at all. Miami sitting at 2-5 in the ACC, about 1 win better than North Carolina, which isn't saying much, but in any case, Chris Likes penetrates inside. Vardenberg from the outside for 3. No, can't get that. Make that 7. Miami player tries to fly in and make a fancy play to shot at the rim and still misses. And here, Cassius Stanley actually can't get that to go, so rebound down to Miami. Reset the whole thing because we got Chris Likes going the other way. It is Miami ball. Down 10 to Duke in the early going. Chris Likes for 3. That is short. Miami now 0 for 9 from the field. If the last 9 attempts, Jack White just going to step into a 3, and he is going to drill it. Beautiful shot by Jack White here at the 12-10 mark. 19-6. Duke out has got the 3-shot going early and often. It's going to be a timeout by Larrañaga. Coach Larrañaga wants a timeout at 12:03. As Miami can't buy a bucket at all. It should be, it's probably a 30-second timeout. It might be a full timeout here, depending on if they cut away. And they do, so it's a full timeout. Duke looking good here in the early going, looking to bounce back from last week, a week to forget. And just trying to check in on some stats. I think I got to refresh my stats page here. Yeah, Duke shooting 5 of 9, 55% from 3 at the moment. 7 of 13 overall from the field. No free throws either way. Nobody's actually taken a free throw. We've only got 1 personal foul on the board. So far, looks like a pretty run-of-the-mill game for our Blue Devils. The team coming out and responding nicely. Twitter reports from yesterday said that they had a double practice. And, hold on. Oh, man. All right, just waiting on the commercials to get us back. I believe we will probably have another. This may be the TV timeout for the quote-unquote under 12. I know there was rule changes made in the last couple of years that have tried to speed up the game a little bit. If you take a timeout like close to the media timeout, it'll just kind of flip it for you. It'll just become the media timeout. And here we go. So far, not much to complain about. The game's been going well for our Blue Devils. Cameron looks packed. Things are looking good. At halftime, I do want to watch I do want to see the highlight. Apparently, there's a big fight in the Kansas State game, like right next to the end of the game. So we will watch to see what the heck happened in that game because I'm just purely very interested. It sounds like action. Um, we've got a little sizzle reel here of Zion Williamson, who is set to make his debut tomorrow for the New Orleans Pelicans. I suppose that's why it's relevant here. I believe ESPN does have the NBA games on Wednesday. Yes, they do. That's what they're advertising. They've got this Spurs Pelicans game tomorrow where Zion will make his NBA debut coming off of knee surgery earlier in the season. And here is Miami driving hard on Vernon Carey, who stands his ground, and Duke to tie up, actually. Miami now 0 for its last 10. Ball back to the Blue Devils on the alternating possession. Joey Baker checking into the game. A lot of energy, a lot of fire from Joey Baker last game. Not many points from Joey Baker last game, but I do like his energy. He's coming off the bench with an edge. It's like Grayson Allen-esque. Grayson had a lot of I really liked Grayson. Miami sticking with the zone here. Jack looking for an entry pass to Vernon Carey is not there. They flashed Hurt into the middle of the zone, and there's Joey Baker! Jumps in here into the game off the bench and hits his first three-pointer. Nice shot. Duke now out to a 22.6 lead. Joey getting it going early. 11-0 run. Miami faked a three. Vernon Carey stepped out and guarded it, actually, and so no good. The Miami shot again from the outside is no good. Make Miami 0 for its last 11. And Matt Hurt now trying to get this ball inside to Carey. Carey's in great position. Can't finish, actually. Rebound down to Hurt. Hurt just go up with it. Yes, he does. Hurt off the backboard down low in the paint. 24-6 for the Blue Devils. Duke just running away with this thing early here. It's been played 9 minutes of basketball and it's basically over. Miami driving here. It's a three from Miami. Oh, they finally hit a bucket. Wow, what a miracle for the Hurricanes. It's like the stork finally came in and dropped one for them. This one into Jack White. Again to Carey. Carey could have just taken his man there in the paint. Decides not to. Duke still deciding to dribble this thing out on the perimeter. Just pass it around. Joey Baker, 9 seconds on the shot clock. 8 for Trey Jones. Trey Jones gets into the middle. That mid-range shot just a little strong. And actually a foul by Matthew Hurt on the rebound. Second foul on the Blue Devils. It was Miami's ball anyway. Why does Miami think they can run a zone? I don't know. You tell. They're just trying anything at this point, I guess, because their man doesn't work. So they're like, well, we should try something else. So let's try a zone. I don't actually recall them trying zone, and Miami just throws the ball away. Actually, threw the ball to Coach K. Nate James ended up grabbing the ball there with his feet, and turnover for the Canes. We're looking at a season recap here of Miami, who won 9 of their first 12, and have since lost like 4 of the last 5. I was trying to do the math, and it's like right on the screen. Sorry, chat. Public math is like really hard, so we try to avoid that here. Anyway, Duke by 15, 9:53 to go. Duke now ranked 8th in the country, only falling 5 spots since the 2 losses last week. I guess the loss to Louisville really isn't that bad. They were ranked 11th anyway. So 5-2 in the ACC now, 1 game behind Louisville and Florida State. Oh, Vernon Carey tried to go to the rim there, gets stripped by McGusty after bringing the ball down. Vernon's got to do better about not bringing the ball down right there. He had the ball in a position such that he could actually just take it. And here's Goldwire going in strong. Matthew Hurt too strong. Actually gets fouled on the way up. I'll finish my thought about Vernon Carey here. He basically got the ball in a position where he probably just should have been able to turn around and make the shot. But instead, he brings the ball down, dribbles it, tries to reposition, and that ends up getting stripped. I think he'll look at the tape tomorrow and they'll be like, Vernon, you should just turn around and take it. Because he'll just end up making that anyway. Matthew Hurt misses the first. Jesus. Misses the first. The free throw shooting was great for us last game. Larinaga, hey, I kind of look like Boeheim. We're both named Jim. I could have them run a zone that looks like this too. Oh my God, Russman is on fire in the chat. That was, yes, that's exactly right. Although I don't think we've seen Larinaga throw his coat in Cameron, although it could happen, I suppose. That's awesome. Thank you, chat. You guys are awesome. His Miami driving in low can't get that to finish. It was a wild shot in the paint. And here on the other side, Matthew Hurt bringing the ball down the floor. He's got an open shooter, and Stanley, if he wants him, oh, he just takes it to the rim himself. And the foul. Hurt plants a Miami defender on the floor, finishes with the length, and he's going to the free throw line. Oh, good night. What a move. So graceful, Matthew. What a graceful move there for being so long. He's got 11 points in 11 minutes. That's efficient. 11 points, 5 rebounds, having himself a night so far. Yes, completes the three-point play. 28-9 in the favor of the Blue Devils. Miami now trying to figure something out, trying to figure anything out. They're going to find themselves down 20 here real quick. If Goldwire actually pressed up, so Lice was bringing the ball down the floor, they got it across the timeline with about a second left. If Goldwire had actually pressed up, I wonder if you could have caused the 10-second violation. It doesn't matter because Miami's just going to turn it over. It's 2-on-1 to Stanley. Oh, misses the rebound. Misses the dunk, rather. Ends up in the hands of Miami. Kind of flubbed that possession here. Miami going to go now trying to drive. Good help defense by the Blue Devils. Blocked by Delorier. Oh, goodness. Blocked in the paint. Miami still with the ball, however. The block was right back to the Hurricanes. And now they're trying to reset. 10 seconds on the shot clock as it never hit the rim. Miami at the free throw line. Almost blocked from behind by Goldwire. Oh, they called a foul. What? Yeah, Matthew Hurt is absolutely on track for a double-double. They actually just, he went to the bench here with about 9 minutes and 30 seconds. But, like, oh, the double block. Goodness. We've seen now 2 double blocks. We've seen Carey and Delorier like double block, or Jack White like double block one, and now Jack White and Delorier double block one too. Miami hits only one of the 2 free throws. They've got 10 points. This game has gone on for more minutes than Miami has points. That's the situation the Hurricanes find themselves in at the moment. Alex O'Connell thought about the 3, in my opinion, should have taken it. Did not, and so we're still passing the ball around the outside. Here's O'Connell trying to drive in, and O'Connell just hands it over. Turnover for Alex, and it's going to be a foul here. Stanley called for the foul, doesn't let the Miami player finish. Good strong foul there. Going to make him earn it at the line. Bad possession for O'Connell, however. It's unfortunate. Alex played so well earlier on. For whatever reason, he seems maybe not as confident with his shot lately. Because he did get the ball on that possession. He got the ball in a spot where he could shoot it. He could take that shot. Decided not to. I would not be surprised, however, if he's going to the bench for that turnover. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. We're gonna have to check after this why the go live tweet didn't actually work. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Oh well, definitely a better start here for our Blue Devils. This is the Duke that we expect to see, although what's interesting about Miami though is that they just this weekend took Florida State into overtime. Florida State ranked in the top 10 in the country, leading the ACC at the moment. They took them into overtime in Coral Gables, so Miami can definitely play. Now, that doesn't mean they can play consistently. There's a difference, right? I guess when they're playing Florida State, they've got it just happens to be their in-state rival, so they probably get up for that game a little bit more. But let me check in the individual stats here. Chris Lykes still struggling, however, against Duke, as he did in the first game. 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3. It's actually kind of hard to find any points to go around with Miami. They only have 10. Duke a little bit more balanced on the scoring. Although, wait, this isn't updated at all. What? Yeah, there we go. We've got Lykes with 0, Vasiljevic with 2, Miller with 4, McGusty with 3, and Wong with 3 for the side of Miami. Duke being led by Matthew Hurt, the only player in double figures, and to be honest, the only player that's close. The next Blue Devils all have 3 points or less, and that's about it. So Matthew Hurt's been doing all the damage for Duke so far. Goldwire playing well, though. 2 assists, 2 steals. Miami makes both free throws. So despite at the line, so it's a 16-point game as Miami has now come out of they're still in some sort of matchup zone. They're not playing the shooters at the 3-point line, and Cassius Stanley shoots for 3, and it's in and out. So they're allowing Duke to shoot, setting up their defense just inside of the 3-point line, not willing to close out really on shooters. I guess they're willing to say that they're willing to let Duke beat them from the 3, and so far Duke has done just that. 10 seconds here on the shot clock for Miami. The shot is up, and that is an air ball. That is absolutely an air ball. Cameron Crazies need to let them have it. And this one to Goldwire now. Goldwire and Trey Jones running up top. Stanley gets it inside to Carey. Carey fouled. Carey fouled down low by Miller. That'll be Miller's first foul. Trey Jones inbounding at Stanley! Oh my goodness! Stanley with the one-handed slam! Oh my goodness, nobody saw him coming! The alley-oop to Stanley was... There you go. You've got your highlight in the first half. We didn't even need to wait for the second half to get that one. Oh my. Can we please... We're definitely going to get a replay of that. That's emphatic. Those should count as more. Lykes thought about the 3, didn't take it. Wong didn't take that one either. This is going to stay here with Miami. The ball is out of bounds. Last touch by Duke! Goodness, there is the Stanley slam. Another highlight reel for the kid. Oh! You just saw that developing. There's just nobody that can... It's not even a contest. You just throw the ball up. Miami has 4 seconds here. They're going to inbound it to Vasiljevic, who puts it right back up and gets it to go. 2 points for the Hurricanes. 14 now for the Canes. Still losing by 16. Matt Hurt gets it back outside. Miami now collapsing their entire defense in the paint. Just Vernon Carey here. Doesn't get it to go. Rebound down to Goldwire. Tipped outside to Trey Jones. And Stanley now Carey trying to repost down low. No. Matthew Hurt is open in the corner. It's wide open and he drills it. Matthew Hurt cannot miss right now. It helps that he is also wide open, which is a great thing. We are just taking our frustration out on Miami. Yes. Miami about to go down 20 here in a second if they don't get a bucket here on this end. Likes being harassed by Trey Jones. The switch there, and the inside there's Miller. Miller finishes. Our defense got lost in rotation there. The switch by Matthew and Trey didn't quite pick up the cutter. Well, let's give it to the Canes. Good awareness by them. Canes still in. Oh! Oh! Canes still in a zone. Trey Jones had 6 feet between him and the Canes defender, and he just says, take it. And that's a 3-pointer for Trey Jones. Miami down by 20 and blocked. That is going to be off of Miami. Yes, another turnover for the Canes. Matthew Hurt forcing the turnover here. Oh, wow. Timeout Miami here. Timeout for the Canes, and yeah, there's no mercy rule in college, but if there was, Miami could use it right now. So timeout Miami with 4:48 left in the first half. Oh my. We will include that last play. This is the Trey Jones. This is the Trey Jones 3 over the zone. Just obliterates the zone there. We have shot it to pieces so far. Back now out of the timeout is just a 30-second timeout. Baylor taking number 1 in the rankings this week over Gonzaga. Oh, Eric, are you talking about the bottom line about that says Zion doesn't think he'll be able to sleep? Zion just says I might not be able to sleep the night before my first NBA game. I don't believe that at all. Like I don't even Miami now still doing some sort of man. They're back in the man, although the man isn't really matching up very well because Vernon Carey just drives on Miller, puts him in the blender, goes to the rack, gets it to go off the backboard, and one. It's a foul on Miller, his second. Vernon Carey here, a little drop step, a little spin to the left, a little finish. That's exactly what he needed to do. Don't put the ball on the ground. Just go to the rack. Yeah, we will see. We will do the brawl at Kansas. We were going to look for that. We will pull it up at half. My guess is that there'll definitely be a highlight of it by then. Coach Larrañaga trying to ask the ref what the heck is going on and why is my team losing so much. The ref has no answers and doesn't want to hear a thing. Chris Likes from 3 still can't get it to drop. Jesus, Chris Likes just can't buy one against Duke. Not a chance. And here's Baker for 3 on the other end. Oh, at this rate, every shot looks good from Duke, although it doesn't go. 4 minutes left here in the first half. And the shot, he stepped on the end line. No, Miami tried to put up a shot by McGusty here in the left corner, and he stepped on the end line, and we have the under 4 timeout. Duke 39, Miami 16. Blue Devils by 23. They went a couple rounds. Apparently someone took a stool. Wow. That's impressive. Like Bob Knight style? Under 4. TN. Apparently somebody took a stool. Now that is something. That's pretty good. All right. Let's get some more hydration going here. I believe there was also a game against between. I was looking at the bottom line here. I think there was Butler versus. Was it Butler versus Villanova? Oh, yes. There is a full 2-minute highlight of the brawl at the end of the Kansas State game. We will absolutely. It lasted longer than McGregor Cowboy. Oh, oh my. Oh, that is. That is something else. Yes, Villanova here. Villanova Butler, a matchup of two ranked teams. Villanova at number 9, Butler at number 13. Villanova gets the win at home, 76-61. A good game for the Villanova Wildcats. All right, so we have a fight in which somebody took a stool that lasted longer than McGregor Cowboy. Yeah, that is so funny. Ooh. Finals seconds here. We are coming out of the timeout, getting ready to roll in the last 4-minute segment of the first half. Oh, there is somebody with a stool. Wow, that is wild. Wow. Okay, 30, 3 minutes 50 seconds left here in the half, and my Gamecast has frozen, unfortunately. ESPN apparently not deciding to stop. Let's refresh the page. Apologies, chat. Just a minor technical glitch here. Looks like Duke does hit the 3 on this one. So, oh no, it's actually Delorier going in here. He is going to go in for an and 1. Jim Larinaga just sitting on the bench, looking for answers. Looking for answers, doesn't have any. Isn't going to find any, to be honest. And I'll tell you what, he's not going to find any answers in the visitors' locker room at Duke either. Delorier does manage to complete the 3-point play. Duke student section looking a little bare tonight, actually. The ends of the student section, that's unfortunate. Man, we should have all flown down. We could have done this game live from there. Chris Likes driving in on Delorier. Great defense by Delorier, who doesn't let Lights get anything. He went vertical, straight up. And here on the other side is Joey Baker! Yes! Defense into offense for the Blue Devils. Baker with the 3 in the corner. What a beautiful sequence. Miami trying to answer for 3. No. At this point, it's not really an answer. It's just like I don't even know. It's like trying to save some sort of last vestige of pride. Miami does get the rebound and the putback, though, so at least they've got that. Delorier now inside off the assist from Baker, brought it down, gets himself into trouble. 2 Hurricanes are there. They wind up with it. And did we call a timeout? No. Ball will go the way of Miami. Great look by Trey Jones in transition. The block by Javin. To Trey. To Baker. Who's just cooking from the corner. So far, great game by all our Blue Devils. Everybody finally clicking again. This is like the get well game that we needed, chat. Let's be honest. Like, last week was rough. We all know it. They played a great game. They played a good final 30 minutes on Saturday. Yes, the first 10 minutes were like terrible, but oh, it's another block by Jack White. Miami can't get anything. Wow. Jack White just stepping into the three. Take it, buddy. Take it, buddy. No, he's going to find Trey Jones in the corner. Trey Jones for three. Can't finish that one. Vernon Carey goes to the rebound. Stanley's the one that comes up with it. Stanley going up strong. Can't get it. Miami now down with the rebound there. Oh, goodness. That was almost spectacular. Here's Miami for three, and they actually hit a shot. And Miami hits a shot. Vasiljevic hits one and doesn't even celebrate. He just walks down the floor thinking I have no idea what. The Duke three-point shooting the last two games, they're 31% tonight. 9 of 16 for those counting score at home. That's about 60%. That's some mental math there on the fly. Jack White down low, the assist. Look at that. Vernon Carey getting in on the assist game to the senior captain, Jack White, who finishes. Great assist by Carey. You got a big man that can pass. That's an asset. It's Vernon Carey coming over. That's a foul. Ooh, they didn't call it. Miami ends up getting the bucket anyway. It's like one of those fouls where they would have called the foul if he had missed, but he didn't miss, so they just end up giving him the bucket, which drives me absolutely nuts. I hate it when the refs do that. So bad. Anyway, a minute 8 seconds to go. Duke ahead by a score of 47-20. Why does Larinaga have a pink tie? That's like not a Miami Hurricane color. Anyway, Joey Baker thinking about the three. Vernon Carey can't quite get post position down low. Canes are back to this zone, which didn't help them at all in the first part of this half. And yet, it seems to be the only thing that they know how to play at the moment. Baker goes to the bench after a nice few minutes of action here. Trey Jones guarding Beverly. Turnover story actually pretty even. It was really the story that Miami just couldn't make shots. They went 0 for 11 at one point. Miami gets one to go off the backboard, so now they're only losing by 25. Miami went ahead and went 0 for 11, and then from the floor, 0 for 11 from the floor. Duke now with an opportunity here to basically hold for the final shot. 6-second shot clock, game clock differential. Ping for the Flamingos. I love it. We'll use that explanation. Duke actually going to use a timeout here. Use it or lose it. If you don't use one of your timeouts in the first half, you can't actually carry it over into the second. So may as well here on the final shot. Really interesting, something to watch out for here, chat. The folks who have been watching Duke this season know that they've been really good at scoring off set plays right at the end of halves. It happened in the game against Georgia Tech. It happened in the game at Miami, and then Matthew Hurt got one in one of the games in the middle there. I can't quite remember which one it was, but somebody in chat can remind me. But Matthew Hurt got one to go as well. On a few shows ago, when we were doing the breakdown of the plays, we actually figured out that Duke ran the same play at the end of half in the Georgia Tech game as they did in the Miami game, and it worked. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen here. They have a similar lineup, although Carey is actually in on this lineup, and he wasn't in on the play in the game against Miami. So it's a high screen by Carey, who rolls hard, but the ball is not to him, and it's actually going to be to Matthew Hurt in the corner, who tries to go for three, can't get it. Vernon Carey gets the rebound and goes up with it, gets fouled on the way back up. So Duke's play. So Duke did find the three, which is what they were looking for. They just couldn't hit the shot, just didn't go down. And in this case, now it's going to send Vernon Carey to the line. Tank, as we call him, shooting two, with 14 seconds left on the clock, and the first shot by Carey is good. Duke about to put up. I'm not going to jinx it, actually. I'll wait for him to actually shoot the shot. And the second shot by Carey is no good. So 13 seconds, Miami final possession of the first half. 9, Trey Jones fouls, actually. Duke with a foul to give, smart play. Duke has only 4 fouls here in the half, so he's forcing Miami to inbound the ball away from the basket and basically take time off the clock. We do see, the Cookie Monster is back. For those wondering, the Cookie Monster is in fact back in the Cameron student section, and he brought his baby Cookie Monster with him. Although I do not see Elmo tonight, so perhaps Elmo had to go to class. It is late on the East Coast for the students, but Cookie Monster has made an appearance. And we have yet to see Big Bird this season. And Miami now inbounding here, 5 seconds, and they're going to put this shot up, and Vasiljevic is going to get it to go. Nice fadeaway shot by Miami here at the end of the half, and we have reached the halftime at a score of 48-24. Miami Hurricanes' fewest points scored in any half this season. Our Blue Devils doing really well. Okay, let us go to the fight in Kansas State. We will switch off of this for the time being and kick up the normal ESPN. Yes. Throw the display capture on. Here we go. All right. And let's get rid of our nice title for the time being. And here we go. This is the fight at the end of the quality doesn't actually get right until you're 10 seconds into the damn video. It's really annoying. Anyway, okay. All right, hold on. Hits him with the helmet. Souza didn't actually hit anybody with the chair. Now, granted, he very may well have intended to hit somebody with the chair, but he didn't actually hit anybody with the chair. So, yeah. Wow, that was like the most exciting halftime we have done here on Real Life Sports in a long time. Oh, block looked clean though. It was. The block was absolutely clean. The block from behind was totally clean. I think the thing he must have said something though, but what's weird is that it looks like he stands over him as if he's taunting him, but the guy on the ground, the guy who got blocked, doesn't retaliate or anything. He's just lying there on the ground, and then the fight starts. See, the fight starts not with number 3 is the one that gets blocked. Number 3 is the one that gets blocked. He's actually on the ground, and everybody just tramples over him. He's not even in the fight. He hardly ever gets off the ground. He's off the ground at some point, but he's not in the fight at all. Wow, that's mind blowing. That is mind blowing. This is college, not pro sports too. Yeah, why should it be any different though? I mean, you could say you should you don't stand over someone. But that's my point. My point is that the guy who got stood over didn't instigate the fight. His teammate did. Right? It came from the teammate. It didn't actually start with the guy on the ground. You would have said, okay, the guy on the ground takes a cheap shot and hits the dude in the balls or something, and then they're like, okay, now we're rolling here. Now it's a fight. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Kansas guy didn't need to block it, right? He didn't need to go up and block it because it's a blowout. Just to let him take the layup, but he's competing, I guess. I mean, he had every right to block it. Should he have blocked it? I don't know. He didn't need to, but he could have. There's nothing that says no, don't block it, just because you're blowing the guy out by 20 and there's 5 seconds left. He must have said something though. My guess is that this wasn't now, we haven't seen the rest of the game, so if anybody watched other parts of the game, I'm really curious. I'm really curious to know if that it was not an isolated thing. Like, for instance, was there more that was happening in the course of the game? Like, was the game already chippy? And then, like, it just, like, this just, like, tipped the scales and, like, or did they really, literally just start fighting, like, just out of the heck? My guess is that, like, this game was actually, like, pretty physical. And I think we can, let me check the box score. Like, my guess is that this game was pretty physical already. Yeah, so like Snead 4 fouls, Diarra 4, Sloan 4, Murphy with 4, Gordon with 3. 18 fouls the way of Kansas State, 15 fouls the way of Kansas. Okay, maybe not as much. Hmm. I was because if the game was already was like already being like was already super physical and chippy, then be like, well, that was just the one that like sent it over the edge, and now they're like throwing haymakers. But anyway, all right, so we're back. We are back. That was an exciting halftime. We are back. So first half, come for the game. Second half, stay for the show. So we are now definitely firmly in the show portion of this thing. And Trey Jones going to drive into the paint, and he is going to get fouled on his way to the bucket. The shot is no good, but he's earned himself a trip to the free throw line, so he will be shooting 2. So shooting 2, and it's a foul on Likes, who has just been struggling. He doesn't even have. He ended last game with 8 points. He's got none. So Trey Jones hits both free throws at the line. 50 points for the Blue Devils. And now Miami here. There is McGusty. And Wardenberg back to McGusty. McGusty driving on Hurd. Great defense for Duke. We're up 26, and we're playing like it's a one-possession game here on defense. That shot, the runner is no good. Vernon Carey gets the... Yes, he does! Saves it. My gosh, he was close to traveling. Here's Goldwire giving it to Hurt. I thought Goldwire should have just shot it, but anyway, here's Vernon Carey down low. Vernon Carey draws a foul against Walker. Miami short-staffed on the interior. Miller had to go to the bench with 2 fouls earlier in the game. Miami coaches really not sure what to do at all. They just have blank stares on their faces and are really not sure what's going on. Yeah, so, yeah. Miami, we'll just write that down. Miami coaches clueless. Hmm Duke too much. Another 2 free throws there made by Vernon Carey. And Trey Jones defending Likes at 3/4 court pressure. K is not letting them take a possession off here. Likes does get it across the timeline. It's blocked from behind by Matthew Hurt. Oh, he just can't get anything to go. I don't feel bad for him at all. I have zero sympathy. Vernon Carey stats there. ACC ranks number 1 in field goal percentage is 60%. That always helps your hurt. Oh, there's a cut there, and oh, it's blocked. Men at the summit again, but a foul called. Oh man, come on. Vernon Carey goes up and gets a block. Look clean. That looked clean to me. Wow. I don't know. I don't agree with that at all. Jeez. And there's the first free throw for Miami goes through. Yep, don't agree with it at all. Bad call there by the refs. Second shot for Miami goes in. Miami already has more points in the second half than they did at this point in the first half, which is not saying much, but that's okay. Trey Jones gets the screen by Matthew Hurt. Matthew Hurt now wide open. Oh, almost pulled the quick trigger there, except he's just going to drive and walk straight into his living room and finished nicely on the couch. 2 more points for Matthew Hurt. Too easy there. Miami putting up absolutely no resistance. He's got 17 and 5 rebounds. Hoping Hurt pulls off a double-double. It'd be great to see him get another 5 rebounds here. Duke still playing hard. Defense not taking a possession off, forcing McGusty into a three-pointer that was an air ball, and the Cameron Crazies are going to let him have it for that one. Tre Jones brings the ball back up the court. That was a Miami turnover off the air ball. And Matthew Hurt with the high screen again, trying to set up the same play. They decide to go to Goldwire this time, who puts up a three, and that is no good. Goldwire's three just to the left. Likes dribbling baseline. Likes still going around the world. Fadeaway turnaround jump shot is good. Wow, that was a tough shot. Likes finally gets one to go. And Cassius Stanley real quick on the other side. The three-pointer no good there. Dude, just too quick of a shot. You know, at this point, if you're Duke, you may as well just take 30 seconds off the clock like every possession. And Chris Likes for three. Wow! Likes hits it. So that turnaround jump shot gets him going there. Chris Likes with 5 quick points on 2 possessions. Duke now only winning by 23. And this one to Goldwire. Goldwire gets it, nope, deflected actually. Trying to get it inside to Matthew Hurt. That pass is deflected by Vasiljevic. Inbound here for the Blue Devils. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Trying to just milk some time off the clock. The inbound pass almost deflected by Miami. Gets it to Carey. Carey goes up with it. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Rebound to Goldwire. Actually, not a rebound. The Miami players did block Carey's shot. Wound up in the hands of Jordan Goldwire, who finishes nicely down low. Opportunistic there by Goldwire. Likes going to try for his 3rd straight shot. Does not go. Miami player down. It's 4-on-5. And here comes... Okay. Matthew Hurt on the opposite side was out ahead of the pack. Tre Jones just throws it over his arms. Turnover for the Blue Devils. Ball back to Miami. That was almost really exciting because that was about to be a highlight dunk on the side of Matthew Hurt. Tre Jones, 8 points, 5 assists, just that one single turnover. Chris Likes tries to put up another shot. Apparently, he likes to gamble because he just thinks he can keep on getting these tough shots to go. But no, Tre Jones, the fancy handles, gets down low, puts it nice off the glass. 2 more points for Tre. He's now in double figures with 10. Duke ahead by 27. And on this end, Miami also just content to take time off the clock. Probably just wants the game to end, does Miami. That shot is no good. Rebound down to Delorier. 15:34 to go. Next whistle will bring about the 16-minute media timeout. Let's see, there's the roll by Javin. The mid-range shot by Tre is short. Rebound down to Javin. Great shot, great positioning there on the weak side. Delorier cleans up the board and gets it to go. 2 points for Javin. Everyone is gonna get to play tonight. And timeout. Miami Hurricanes. That will be the under 16 timeout. Duke extending its lead here, now up 29 points in the early going of the second half. I want to thank all those for joining us tonight on the StreamCast. Duke versus Miami. After a tough week, this is absolutely the get well game that Duke needed to get back on track after coming out of the gate firing from the 3-point line. Duke went up big early and never looked back. Miami never had a chance. We blitzed them early and that was it. 17 points for Matthew Hurt to lead all scorers. 10 points for Tre Jones. Carey with 8. Baker with 6. Stanley and Delorier with 5. And Goldwire. Oh, and Jack White with 5. And Goldwire with 4. tonight. Appreciate everybody hanging around. Hope everybody has been enjoying the good old-fashioned blowout here by the Blue Devils. I do know that I do every now and then enjoy a good old-fashioned blowout. At some point, your heart just like your cardiovascular system really just needs a break, and we have yeah. After the games last week, we're just like, please, please, Duke, just go out and win it. And they have shown up to play tonight. I don't know if Eric is still in chat. He can tell us his own experience. Have you ever had a double practice the day before a game? And if so, like what is that like? I guess you don't want to tire the players out, but at the same time, it was like, wow, you guys need to fix this, fix it up, and fix it pronto. Mm. All right. No game this Saturday, so Duke getting the weekend off. That was another reason why I really felt like we just needed to come out. Maybe that's another reason why like coach was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do a double practice. We're just gonna basically go all out for this game because we don't have to worry about turning around and playing a game on Saturday. Uh, the players can just rest up, take care of what they got to take care of in class, and take the weekend off. And then we will come back here and do a game on the road next Tuesday, which I believe is in Pittsburgh. I think is the Pittsburgh game next week. I'll be against former Duke assistant coach Jeff Capel. A storyline there for sure. And they're just showing Trey Jones leading the ACC in assists per game with 6.8 assists per game. And he currently has 5. Miami does manage to hit a 3 from the outside. Duke now just going to run K-ball here the rest of the way. Cassius Stanley driving inside, stolen by Chris Likes. Chris Likes going to go coast to coast and lay it in on that end of the floor. So a layup for Chris Likes off of some. Stanley kind of got himself stuck there in the middle of the paint, unfortunately. Stanley now driving once again. Little hook shot, no good. Deloria fighting for the rebound. No, it's going to be a held ball. Possession arrow will give it over to the Hurricanes. Yep, possession arrow, give it to the Canes. And that brings up another timeout. So we have a timeout coming. Just catching up on some messages here. Let's see, checking out the team stats. Duke leading 60-36. Duke shooting 51% from the field. Miami almost half that. My goodness, I don't know if I've ever seen a team like actually double up a team on shooting percentage. Wow, Miami 2 of 9 from the 3-point line. Duke 9 of 19 shooting 47%. Duke's free throws actually 9 of 11 shooting at 81%. So across the last 2 games, Duke shooting, I believe it was 75-ish% in the Louisville game, shooting now 82% here. The free throw shooting these last 2 games has been exceptional. Our average free throw shooting has been down in the 70s, like 70 flat. So we've been doing better there. Duke also winning the Battle of the Boards 30-23, and defensive rebounds 22-13 in favor of the Blue Devils. Duke leading the entire way so far. All 24 minutes of the game. Miami is beating us in steals. That's about it. Duke ahead in points in the paint. And in general, Blue Devils putting up quite a performance tonight. 3-3. Oh, that's cool. Huh. This is like really cool. This is really cool. This is really cool stats page that I'll bring up. I'll bring it up at the next time out. We can. It's got a cool graphic here that's worth showing. Now back out of the timeout. Oh, they're showing the brawl that we reviewed in depth over the Oh, actually, and a Kansas assistant coach took the chair out of Sousa's hands. Yikes. That was the brawl from earlier. Miami inbounding here with the ball and 14 minutes left in the game. Beverly to Wardenberg, back to Vasiljevic, gives it to Miller. Miller down low. Miller got fouled on his way on cutting. Duke, that is one place that Duke is vulnerable. It is on the cuts. We've seen Duke get beat on back cuts. We've seen Duke get beat on cuts off the, like dives to the basket, those kinds of cuts. Miller hits the first of two. And gets the second. Miami converts on both free throws at the line. Trey with the ball in his hands, setting the court now. Carey, Stanley, White, Trey, and Baker on the floor. Vernon Carey down low, working against Miller. Trez puts it up, gets the soft roll off the rim. Nicely done by Carey, finishing strong at the rim. Lead is still a 24-point margin for the Blue Devils. Carey, with that shot, now puts himself into double figures. He's got 10. The three from Vasiljevic is in and out. Rebound back down to Miami, however. Vasiljevic cutting to the basket, does not get the ball. Likes working on Jack White. A little bit of a mismatch here, maybe. Jack White, great defense, though, gets Likes up in the air. The three from Beverly, no. Miami ends up missing the three-point shot. And back down to the Blue Devils. Stanley is open in the corner, decides not to take it. Vernon Carey once again working on Miller. Vernon Carey going with the left, just goes off the rim. Oh man, it looked like it was going to come back down and then it came out. Unfortunate there. That shot is no good by Miami. 12:35 to play here on the final game of the night. Well, there might be a Pacific Coast game after this, but anyway. Vasiljevic steps out of bounds. Wow, that was bad. Wow, that was bad. Miami inbounds the ball. The dude literally gets the inbounds pass and then falls out of bounds. Turnover for the Canes. Duke and Miami actually same number of turnovers. You know what is concerning to me here? Actually, I'll get this. After Joey Baker drills the three from the outside, Joey Baker, now I believe that makes him 3 of 3 from 3. Joey having himself a nice, no, 3 of 4. Sorry, he's missed 1. God forbid, the kid is mortal. Having a real nice game. Didn't quite shoot it so well in the game against Louisville. Not very effective. Granted, it was his first game back. He sat out the game before with a an ankle injury. It was precautionary that they held him out of the game. The one that concerns me here is the fact that Alex O'Connell has not returned to the game despite being up 27 points. We did see him have a bad possession early in the first half where he probably should have shot. Received a pass from Goldwire or Trey, probably should have just gone ahead and shot the ball instead, hesitated, pulled the ball down, dribbled it, and got it stolen, and just resulted in a turnover. That way, and then there was a timeout after that. He ended up going to the bench, and we haven't seen from him since. That is not good news for AOC's PT playing time, which is unfortunate. /MB. So I'm bringing up this interesting website here. It's actually off of GoDuke.com. I'll just turn the display capture on. It's off of GoDuke.com. It's this thing called sidearm stats. It's got this really cool shot chart here. It is every shot that the team has taken and who took the shot. So like usually shot charts just show whether it's a make or a miss, but not necessarily who's taking it. And like here it shows exactly. Like Duke doing its damage from the outside along the perimeter. We've seen that our points in the paint, actually not many points in the paint, just a few here for Vernon Carey. Look at all this mess here from Miami. This all happened when they basically went 0 for 11. Looks like they've been hitting. This is their spot that they like. Be interesting to see if if you saw if you were kind of tracking these stats game over game, whether is this actually Miami's 3-point spot? If you're doing some analytics on this, is this actually Miami's 3-point spot? And if so, should we guard them when they're out there? That'd be really interesting. And then if you're doing anything here, you'd be like, well, Miami's just terrible from whatever this side of the floor is. Now, granted, this is just one game. So, but it's still pretty neat. It's off of GoDuke.com. You can pull that up at any time when the game's live, and it's got a bunch of other stats that I've been keying off on throughout the night. It's well done. Well done. Overall points leader Matthew Hurt with 17. Close to a double-double, although I believe he still needs 5 more. He still needs 5 more rebounds to get to that double-double. And right now, ESPN taking us to a studio update from the Australian Open happening down in Melbourne. In Melbourne, Australia, Coco Gauff down a set here to Kirsten. This is it's a little easier for us on the West Coast to watch the Australian Open because the time plays in our favor. Off the inbounds play here, Miami manages to run an inbounds play, gets it to go for 2 points. Duke now leading by 25 here with 1:36 to go. On the floor for the Blue Devils, Baker, Carey, Matthew Hurt, Jordan Goldwire, and Trey Jones. Baker looking for a pass inside, can't get it. Vernon Carey just goes in, spins, and one. And one here for Vernon Carey. The spin move wasn't enough to get the shot to go down, unfortunately. And Vernon Carey going to the line, shooting 2. Makes the first. And winding up for the second. And the second misses, actually, despite Duke's really good free throw shooting percentage this tonight. Vernon Carey makes 1 of 2 at the line. Miami almost had an opportunity in transition, but did not. Did not take it. They're content to just pull the ball out. Vasiljevic working on Baker, gets aside. Vasiljevic with the runner, no good. Vernon Carey down with the rebound. Man, we need to get Matt back in the game. Give him an opportunity. Of course, Wendell Moore still sidelined with the hand injury. Will be back probably sometime in early March. Joey Baker for 3, no good. Nice find there by Trey Jones, but this is actually ball is deflected off a Miami foot. Matthew Hurt is now actually in the game. Kay calling out a play from the sideline. Stacked play here. Joey gets this to Carey. Carey trying to get this back outside. A wide open Matthew Hurt. Can he drill it? No, the shot is short. Matthew Hurt can't come up with it. Vasiljevic gets it to Wardenberg. Wardenberg working on Baker. A foul is called against Joey. Why? I have no idea. Ref just decided, it's been a while since I blew my whistle, so I'm going to blow it now. Which is terrible. Stanley back into the game for the Blue Devils as Miami looks to inbound. McGrady. McGusty, rather. I called him McGrady. Yikes. McGusty. It's like, you could think of a lot of bad puns, like McGusty with hurricane, like gusting like a hurricane kind of thing. That's like the terrible pun of the night. We should never use that. Don't ever use that because it's so bad. It's like the worst dad joke you could come up with. I bet he hears a lot of it, though. It's definitely, can't be original. For sure. Miami inbounding here again. Still trying to look for some points. Gets it outside. Nope, no good. Miami looks like they're playing in slow motion, to be honest. Trey Jones. Trey Jones, mid-range jump shot. Soft little runner. Gets it to drop. Yeah, you get Trey too far in. Charge? Wow, they called a charge? Really? Oh, wow. I would have just called nothing on that. Matthew Hurt draws a charge. All right. Why not? Sounds good to me. Oh, Chad, sorry. It's been a long day. It's exactly the kind of game I needed, though. One that, we were kind of relaxed while we were watching it, just watching our Blue Devils go to work. Talking about going to work. Trey Jones down low on the assist by Matthew Hurt says, "Thank you very much." Takes it up with the left hand and finishes softly off the glass. Trey Jones on the receiving end of the assist there from his buddy Hurt. And Miami just throws up a brick. McGusty blown off course there, and Jordan Goldwire gets it to Hurt, and Hurt finishes, gets a Miami Hurricane up into the air. And once again, timeout Miami. Miami looking to take its final timeout of the game. We have a little graphic here on the left. North Carolina Tar Heels 8-9 on the season, currently a 4-game losing streak, which apparently is the second time they've lost 4 games in a row. And I hope they lose a 5th. And when is their next game? That would be good to know. When is Carolina's next game? Should be tomorrow night if the schedule goes correctly. Louisville welcoming in Georgia Tech. Oh, you know what, Chad? I can't even look up Carolina because they're not in the top 25. Just kidding. I had to go to the ACC tab. Oh, they're going to Virginia Tech tomorrow night. They're going to Buzz Williams and Virginia Tech. Ow. You can get a ticket to that game for $14 if you'd like to see the Carolina Tar Heels lose. Wow, a game in Notre Dame against Syracuse is $3. Damn. Louisville, Georgia, 4? What? How do teams not sell, really? Jeez. Can you imagine what you could do if you were buying Duke tickets for $4? What the frack, man? Like, holy cow. You can't buy it for less than 90. Like 90 is the going rate for the seat. If you're watching on TV, there's like empty sections of the student section on the left or the right. That's 90 bucks. Just straight up. Just to even get in the building. Wow. All right, Miami coming out of its final timeout. No idea what Larrañaga said, but I don't think it's going to work anyway. Oh, what a block by Stanley. All ball. McGusty trying to drive in here. Stanley still playing hard. Now remember, the last time this game ended, the last time they played in Miami, it was 95-64. However, the game didn't really blow open until the second half. I wanted to say quarter. I'm used to NBL. The game really didn't open up until the second half of the game. I mean, it was decently close. It was like a 10-point game at halftime, and then Duke just like went on the run. But like this thing was over in the first 4 minutes, pretty much. Hurt now inbounding to O'Connell. Okay, so we have seen O'Connell come back in the game. I'm looking to see if Justin Robinson gets in the game because there's plenty of time for him to get in the game. And Matthew Hurt's going to try for three from the outside. Yes! Step back jump shot for Matthew Hurt. Automatic. Man, we're going to get all the walk-ons in on this game. That's actually going to be the most exciting part. Javin goes up and blocks Chris Likes, but he's called for a foul. Our subs walk on gonna get hella minutes. Yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking, Eric. It's exactly what I was thinking. That'd be great. I would love to see that, actually. I would love to see that. I'd like to also see O'Connell get some points. It would be great to get his confidence up. Chris Likes with 8 points, 3 of 13 from the field, doing slightly better than he did in the first game. Now 9 points, breaking his record there from the first game. Stanley now on the outside with the ball. Takes a screen from Javin. Now AOC getting a screen from Hurt. Back to Javin. Javin getting it down low to Hurt. No, it's just a turnover. Javin gave it straight to Miami, and Miami going to take it the other way. Good, and he's fouled. Miami going to earn a trip to the free throw line. We have hit the under 8 timeout. And we will be right back to the game after these timeout here. Duke leading by a score of 75-44. All right. All right, chat. What do you want to talk about? What do we want to talk about, chat? I'm not going to be like Dick Vitale going crazy tangents about, God knows what. I don't even know what he talks about anymore these days. It's like so hard to listen to anyway. I'm trying to think of like how we're gonna do the highlights for later tonight, and I'm like looking at my sheet here for the second half, and I'm like, there's not many. It all happened in the first half, which I guess is fine. We can just have extended highlights of the first half. We may as well, because there's such a freaking barrage of everything. Threes, twos. Well played by our Blue Devils. Matthew Hurt now with 22 points. Next closest Blue Devil is Trey with 14. Followed by Vernon Carey with 11. Baker once again having himself a nice night. 3 of 5 from 3-point range gives him 9 for the evening. Want to just thank everybody once again for tuning into the StreamCast tonight. It is a bit of a blowout, 31-point margin here for the Blue Devils, a game that was never really in question from the get-go. Blue Devils came out of the gate firing hot from three-point land, hitting their first 3 of about 4 3-pointers, and really never looked back. After that, Miami went on a cold streak, missing 11 straight shots in the first half. It actually might be more of that. We should like go back and look, because first half miss teams Miami. So they're at 6-11 all plays, short steal, full-time scoring. Oh, you can't do. It might be a little harder to look up exactly. Yeah, add flames, jets, and everything. Hey, those flames and jets are like not so easy to do. They take a little while. Miss. And this is going to be a timeout. And Savarino makes a pass. Money. Robinson cashes in. Oh, it's like a bat. It's like this is like like a Batman. Like a Batman highlights. They're all cartooned. Oh man, that would be tough. There's like so many fun things that we could do that it's just like, oh, it's so hard. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, they miss 11 straight shots before they actually make something. Maybe we can do like highlights of like Miami just missing shots. Missing shots 1 through 11, and then like just count them out. Miami missing miss. 11 missed shots for Miami, and Duke is just running away with it. Oh, that would be kind of cruel. But maybe. I consider it. I'll consider it. We need interns. Oh God, please. Yeah, that would be hilarious. Joey Baker tries to put up a mid-range shot, does not go. Rebound down to the Canes. Paid in experience. Here are your experience points. Yeah, if we could pay ourselves. Yeah, right. We need to get ourselves up to. We gotta get our subscriber count up, buddy. Here's the shot by Miami falls up short. Their coach looks so sad. So I actually did write down I have good shots of Miami coaches looking sad and the time at which that occurs. So we can include that in the highlights. And here's Jack White with great hands. Great defense by Jack White. Oh, yep. Again, there's at the 6, we can write down 6:23 mark. More sad Miami coaches. My pen is not working. More sad coaches. Joey Baker fakes. Joey Baker has some of the best shot fakes that I have seen in a long time. More sad coaches. Their coaching staff tie coordination. Strong tie game. Bad, like weak actual basketball game. Yeah, is the problem for Miami here. Chris Likes tries to feed that one inside. Miller gets blocked by Jack White, although it's called a foul. Miller is going to go to the free throw line to try to score 50 points here for Miami. I do hope that we hold them under um, 60 though. That would be really nice to see because the last two, like our defense was holding teams under, I believe it was 65 was the magic number. Benji at 539. We haven't seen him yet. I haven't seen him yet on my come across on mine. I guess I'm a little behind here. Um, I don't know why they're showing the junior center. Show me the Duke game. Jack White for 3, can't get it to go. Long on that one. Oh, spoilers. Yeah, hashtag spoilers. Oh, there is Benji. I got him now. It's a good shot at Benji. Yeah, the 539. Good to see our boys still going strong right there in the front row. Never fails. Never fails. But I would like to see the Duke defense hold Miami to at least under 60 here. The game is against Clemson and Louisville. The defense hasn't been able to hold teams down that far. As a result, the result hasn't gone our way. But it would definitely be good to see us get back to our winning defensive ways here. Miami at the free throw line again gets those to go 51-75 in favor of the Blue Devils. Vernon Carey still in the game, actually working on Miller. Little drop step and spin. That jump shot, he faded away though. That's not his shot. That fadeaway, fall away on the baseline, not his shot here. Cameron Crazy's letting McGusty hear it because he had an air ball earlier in the game. They're not letting up. And the shot by Miami is no good. Starters here. It's Trey Jones just going away. It's going to be an alley-oop for Stanley. Oh, he almost got the dunk, but he mistimed it. Just a little soft lay-in. Little soft lay-in here for Stanley. You know what? We'll call that a highlight, too. For Cassius. Oh, my goodness. That was almost incredible. Trey Jones denying everything from Beverly. Here is Wong to try. Yes, Wong gets the shot. The little soft touch there, soft roll for Wong. As Trey now bringing the ball back up the court. 4:29 to go. Duke now firmly content to take every bit of time off the clock as possible. Not really getting into their offense before the 15-second mark. Trey Jones' shot comes up short. They made sure to high five. Huh. Oh, Trey Jones with a steal. Trey Jones now going the other way, taking it himself. It's 1-on-2. Miami players just back off. They don't want to have anything to do with it. Trey Jones finishes nicely with the left hand. Still playing hard here. 56. Coach is like, I wonder if this is punishment. Like he's not taking the starters out, and he's just like, no, you will play the entire game because of how terrible the other ones was. And Cassius Stanley almost steals one there. We say it's time for the subs at 3:37 to go. We get the final under 4 timeout. We will go the rest of the way when we come back, hopefully with the subs in the game. Either that or it really is punishment on the side of for K is really punishing the team and keeping everybody in it. Good shot of the band section there. In any case, just a programming note, Duke is off this weekend. There will be no game on Saturday, just how the ACC scheduling turns out. And so we will not have a Saturday stream. We will do a quick game recap sometime this week. Maybe we'll talk about it. Depends if we actually need a recap. This game was pretty much a blowout, so don't know if we will do a recap or not. We'll talk it over tomorrow with the gents. But sometimes it's harder to do recaps when when they're blowouts because they're just like no punishment like knowing you kept your boy on the bench from getting minutes. I want to see, when we come out of this timeout, I want to see Justin Robinson in the game. I want to see Buckmeyer in the game. I want to see Severino in the game. And I want to see that other guy who I forget his name right now at the moment and who's basically at the end of the bench. Somebody in chat's going to have to help me. Who's the final one? The final walk on for our team. I should know this. It's so bad. And Chant can't correct me because they're all looking it up. I'm gonna find it first. It's Keenan Worthington. It's Worthington. It's Keenan. It's all right. We'll look up his name. We'll look it up. The iconic image of the brawl is D'Souza with the chair held over his head. Like that is the takeaway that the media is like clenching onto. So some photographer snapped that one and like that's the Mr. Worthington, yes. Coming out of the timeout now, we do not have any walk-on subs in the game at the moment. We'll set the floor for you here as Miami is about to take free throws. Most of Cameron has cleared out at this point. Student sections and the upper bowl as well. In the game is Stanley, O'Connell, Javin, Baker, and White. No, sorry. Let's reset that. I was trying to do it from memory and totally messed it up. We'll do it here in a second. On the floor for the Blue Devils, Matthew Hurt, Javin Delorier, Jordan Goldwire, Alex O'Connell, and Cassius Stanley. Yeah, Larrañaga just kind of chilling back on his chair as if he's sipping pina coladas on South Beach here. 25-point margin. A moving screen by Delorier results in a Duke turnover with 3:20 to go. Oh, Larrañaga actually got off the bench. He's standing up. He's standing up. Miami's still playing pretty much like they're in slow motion at this point. Miami, definitely a team that has given Duke problems in the past. Just not this season. We got both of them. It's an interception by O'Connell here. Nicely done by Alex. And now Cassius Stanley is going to go in. Cassius Stanley is going to lay it in with the right hand. Worthington's from Chapel Hill. Yeah, I saw that. He's from Blair Academy, although originally from Chapel Hill, but it says he played at Blair Academy, which is in New Jersey. So he did not play. He's a local, but didn't play in the area. Yeah, going to prep school there. And Elena giving us spoilers there in chat. Vasiljevic, a three from the outside. Vasiljevic gets it to go. Three-pointer is good from the right wing for the Canes. And we have a substitution timeout. Robinson in the game. Jordan Goldwire out and Jack White also in the game, replacing Cassius Stanley and Matthew Hurt. Actually, keep Goldwire in. Let's get Robinson some points and rebounds, shall we? Robinson with the ball off the inbounds. Back to Goldwire. Goldwire at the top of the key. Gets it to Jack. Jack to O'Connell. O'Connell driving in the middle of the ACC. O'Connell, nice little floater there with the right hand. O'Connell gets the points to go. So he's making a chance of his minutes now. Oh, cue up the shot of his dad. They haven't shown him yet, so maybe he's not there. It is a weekday after all. Although he's usually at every single home game. Robinson now guarding. May have gotten lost a little on the defense. On the outside, Miami shoots the three. No, rebound straight down to Goldwire. They're going to call a foul. Oh my God, come on, ref. Foul against Javin Delorier for absolutely nothing. Bill Self commenting on the brawl says obviously it's an embarrassment not to be proud of. It's actually not a sign of toughness, sign of immaturity, selfishness, and more than it is toughness. Got to respect Bill Self, despite the fact that his team went a little off the rails tonight. I think early in the season they were investigating Kansas for several violations, but I actually don't know what the end of that story was. Free throws there, good for Miami. 137 to go now in the game as we close in on the final seconds. Off the curl, Alex O'Connell, nice mid-range shot for Alex, and Jordan Goldwire almost steals it. But no, Goldwire still looking to pull off a steal. Jack White commanding the defense here. Robinson on Miller. Robinson looming large in the paint. Shot by Miami is no good. Weak side rebound to Delorier. Minute 6 left on the clock. And there, yes, there is the Admiral. The shot of Admiral Robinson from the second row in his usual position. 2-no fail. Alex O'Connell driving in. Alex drives in there. Gets it to go off glass. 6 points here for Alex in the final minute 30. At least he is making the most of his minutes. Good to see from O'Connell. And then on this end, Miami's still trying to do something. With 40 seconds left on the clock, over to Miller. Miller can't get it to go. Delorier, pass out. Oh, this is going to be an assist for Robinson. Yes! As O'Connell finishes on the opposite end. Robinson to O'Connell. Give the captain an assist. Nicely done. Great to see him getting his... We'll write that down. That's going in the highlight tape. The assist by the captain. Oh, do we call him? Actually, we can't actually call him the captain because like captain is like Jack and Javin. I think we should just call him like the lieutenant, like the lieutenant, which is like an old saying for British lieutenants in the Navy. So I think that's what we're gonna go with, and it sounds fancy, lieutenant, right? The final steal by Jack White seals the deal and seals Miami's fate here in Cameron. A 30-point margin of victory for our Blue Devils here tonight. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us who hung out throughout the broadcast, stopped by. There will be no stream this weekend as we have no StreamCast this weekend as we have no game to stream. So it's a little hard to, just kind of like make it up. In any case, make sure you drop a sub on the channel to come back, get notified when we upload highlights and videos and do live streams. Whether we do it here or on Twitch. Thank you very much, everybody. For all of us here at Real Life Sports, this is Rich signing off for tonight after a beautiful win here by our Blue Devils. Duke by a score of 89-59. Go Duke! And have a great rest of your night. Cheers, everybody.